Welcome to my channel. I have a super exciting video today. I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff on my desk to show you guys some of my all-time favorite products that I highly recommend, that I would recommend to my best friends, stuff that I've been using for a very long time, some stuff that I've only been using for a little bit, but I already know that I absolutely love it. So if you're ready to see what I would suggest for you to check out during the Sephora Beauty Insider sale, then please keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have some super exciting videos coming for you guys next week, and I am so incredibly excited for everything. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any videos. But let's get into this. I'm just gonna start off with Fenty. So if you don't know my channel, I am a very big Fenty beauty lover and I get everything from Fenty, every launch that I can. So the very first thing that I would suggest, if you don't know anything about Fenty, if you've never tried anything from Fenty, something that's very universal that I don't think that you could mess up on is the highlighters. The highlighters are absolutely stunning. I just picked up the first four that I had on the top here. So this is the one that I'm wearing right now. It's the Killawatt Afternoon Snack and Mo Money. So the Killawatts have two different shades in them. One is more of a subtle kind of a sheen. I have that one on my forehead and on my nose. And then Mo Honey is more of a glittery, intense highlight. So I use that more on my cheekbones. But they also have the Killawatt foils, which are the really intense highlighters for both sides. And then of course, if you want like super sparkly, like fairy dust highlighter, there's the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb in How Many Carats. I'm sure everyone has seen this. This is amazing. Next thing with Fenty Beauty is gonna have to be the Fenty Mattemoiselle lipsticks, and I have them in this little container, which used to be like a pencil container, but I've just been using this for my Mattemoiselle lipsticks, and I have almost all of the shades. I don't have all of the ones that I own right here with me because I have about 5 of them in my purse. But the one that I'm wearing right now is Saucy. Where did that one go? I literally have been losing that one like a million times. I don't know what I keep doing with that one. I can't say enough about these lipsticks. So I like them because they're matte. They can be a little bit drying depending on how dry your lips are. But for me, I have a little bit more normal. They don't really get that dry and flaky so often. So I like these because they're matte, they last long, they have really intense pigment, they have really awesome colors, so many different colors. I believe there's 28 in total, and I hope counting because every time she comes out with them, I just love them. And I bought all of the new ones. They came in this little set that's back here, if anyone ever wonders what that is. It came with 12 Mattemoiselle lipstick, so all of the new ones in there. So I do have all of the new ones. Now I'm gonna get into some Pat McGrath stuff. So I recently dove in and I bought the Pat McGrath palette, the Lavi and Rose palette. Every time I open this, oh my god, look at these shades. Can you see like the shifting with them? They're so cool. I can see it in the mirror where it's like purpley blue. Definitely I use these 4 shades the most for sure, but I just love this palette. Like the other day I was just messing up my eyeshadow left and right, and I pulled out this palette and I put this one and that green one on my lid, and it made up for everything that was wrong with my eyeshadow. Like it just turned my whole look upside down. And also I did get the like smaller Pat McGrath palette, which is this one, which I actually surprisingly really do like. I didn't really know how much I would use this one, but I actually used this one by itself a little bit more often than I use the big Pat McGrath palette, which I was not expecting, but it definitely, if you're wanting to try Pat McGrath, I believe these are $55, these smaller palettes. I'll also link my Pat McGrath videos in the cards. I'll try and link as many videos using this stuff as I can, so that if you're a little bit more curious about something, you can look a little bit more in depth about it. The last Pat McGrath palette that I have is something that I got in a set. So I had the Pat McGrath palette, the mascara, and the loose pigment. And this palette I've been using like crazy. I have been so obsessed with these smaller 6-pan-ish eyeshadow sizes. So I like this one, but it's still pretty bulky compared to this one. But just as an example, I'll talk about these in a second, but like these little eyeshadow palettes, I've been obsessed with these and I'm wanting to get so many more. But like this palette, I picked it up the other day and I absolutely loved the look that I did. Brown, okay, this is gonna be a lot coming from me. Hey, but this shade in the middle is one of my favorite brown shades ever. I can't believe I just said that. I hate brown shades, but that shade is something else. And then what I've been doing is I'll put this one literally all over my lid. So just blend it out like crazy, kind of like how I have the orange right now, but without the green. And then I'll go in and I'll put like the purple on top of it, or the gold on top of it, and like this on my inner corner. I'll do some like smoky liner with this one. Like it just makes it so easy, but it like challenges you to be more creative. And I love this formula of Pat McGrath. So love, 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 love this. As I said, I would get into the Sephora eyeshadow palette. So these are brand new eyeshadow palettes to Sephora collection. They are $14 each. They are the same kind of like smaller eyeshadow palettes like I was talking about, but girl, these are the best eyeshadows I've ever tried for $14. I have them on my eyelids right now. I have this orange shade all in my crease, blended out with this yellow shade, and then in the corners of my eyes I have this red shade, and then I put the darker green shade on the center of my lid with some Stila liquid glitter and glow eyeshadow right on the top of my crease. But these are so awesome and they're so sturdy. Listen to this, listen to this. Oh my gosh, they're so sturdy. And like, I bought my mom one. I bought the other one that I was talking about. If you watched that video, I was saying that there's one that's like a really light everyday palette. This one is so pretty. I don't know what it is, but when I went to go and get these two palettes, for some reason my eye just went to this one and I was like, ooh, Easter, spring, wedding, everyday, no thoughts about it. So I have the pink shade on my inner corner, and then I have the lightest shade on my brow bone. But these are definitely something to pick up. It's not super expensive. They're awesome. They have so many different colors. They have the two bright ones, and then they have multiple different deeper shades of the regular ones. So they're called I Love, and this one is light cool, which is the pink one, and then the jewel tones is the one with the green eyeshadows in it, and the bright tone is the one with like the color wheel in it that I love. Another thing from Sephora collection that I haven't really talked about a lot on my channel, but this is the Sephora collection contour palette. And then if I remember correctly, this is $28, but this is some pretty awesome quality contour palette. If you don't want to buy the Anastasia one or the Kat Von D one or all of those other contour palettes that looks just like this that are like 50 bucks, girl, don't do it. This one is like the same quality and maybe even better quality, but for a better price. Next up is Huda Beauty. So I don't really own anything else from Huda Beauty. Everything else that I've gotten from Huda Beauty, I've gotten in a set or like a Sephora favorites kit. So this is the very first Huda product that I've actually gotten and bought and I love. So this is the New Nudes palette, and I use this thing to death. I use this thing all the time, especially since spring is pretty much here. I will use all of these shades. I'll use these two shades. I use this like crazy. The one thing I don't use though is the concealer. I have tried using that a few times as an eyeshadow base to kind of cut my crease, and it doesn't really work that well for me. It looks good, but it doesn't last. So I will use it if I'm doing just like a picture or if I'm only going to be doing my makeup for like 4 hours. But if I'm going to be wearing my makeup for a very long time, then I'm not going to use it. Like for example, I've had this makeup on since 5 o'clock in the morning, and the only thing I've retouched is my lipstick. So I need stuff to last for me a lot of the time, and that concealer shade does not last for me. But the shades in this are to die for. And I know my friend Kiara, she loves this palette as well, and she has done some freaking gorgeous looks with this. So definitely check out her channel as well. Another palette, I know, I'm sorry. My favorite thing to buy is an eyeshadow palette. Like I kind of feel like I failed if I went to Sephora and I didn't buy an eyeshadow palette. So the next one is the newest Anastasia palette, the Riviera palette. And I have been so obsessed with this palette. I have used every color multiple times by this time. I will say I actually use these bottom 3 matte shades all of the time. It's crazy how much I use these 3 right here. But what I didn't find out until recently was that this brown shade is actually really fitting for this eyeshadow palette. Because for a while I didn't really want to use this eyeshadow because I just felt like it didn't go along with anything else in the palette. And I agreed with a lot of people that it would have been really cool to have like a really dark like navy blue eyeshadow. But what I found is this brown eyeshadow blends really well with these purples and pink shades. Oh yeah, you can tell. So it's not really like a brown. It's like a dark burgundy almost. So I find that it helps a lot with deepening up purple and pink colors without making them look really muddy. And as I was thinking about it, having a navy in there would not have gone along with any of these other matte shades. So overall, I think this is a really cohesive palette. I think this is a great colorful palette. If you have been thinking about this palette, I highly recommend it. It's pretty freaking awesome. Next, another thing from Anastasia that came out with that same Riviera collection, and it's this loose highlighter in So Hollywood. I didn't really think that I was gonna like this all that much. I thought that I wasn't really going to use a loose highlighter. I thought that I would never reach for this, but I reach for this So Hollywood shade all of the time. Like, it's so hard not to reach for this. Look at this. Look at this packaging. Like, how do you see this in your drawer and not reach for this? So, I have been loving this one. I do have the lighter shade. Okay, so the lighter one is called Snowflake, but I definitely reach for So Hollywood way more than Snowflake. For some reason, I find that I like So Hollywood a little bit better on my cheeks It's a little bit lighter than what I have on my cheeks right now. Maybe we'll just pop a little bit on top of this Fenty highlighter so that you guys can see what this looks like. It's so pretty. See? Look at this. Oh my gosh. Moving on into some more eye products. This is Stila Shade Mystère liquid eyeshadows. And I absolutely love these. I have been waiting for Stila to do some like colorful liquid eyeshadows for so long. And these really impressed me. And I actually fell in love with the shades I wasn't expecting. Like this yellow shade, I wasn't really expecting to love this one as much as I do. But I use this one all of the time. The one that probably disappointed me though is this one in the shade Hypnotic. I really wanted it to look like that on my eyes, like this greenish, gold, purpley, red color. And it doesn't really unless you put like a really dark shadow underneath your eyes. And once you put it on, it has like a color shift to it. So in some areas it looks green, some it looks yellow, and some it looks a little purpley. So it doesn't look this magic on your eyeballs. So I definitely suggest these if you like color like I do and you like the Stila formulas, then I definitely would check these out. Now, moving on into some brow products. The first one is gonna be the Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Dutch. I absolutely love this eyebrow gel. This is my very first tinted eyebrow gel that I've ever tried, and this really does hold my eyebrows in place, gives them that like full fluffy look to my eyebrows. I use them without any powder or pencil underneath, just by itself. I use it with, like today, like I used it with powder and pencil just to get that like defined look to them. Then the other one that I have is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel in the shade Soft Brown. I got this a bit dark. I'm normally blonde in all of the Anastasia products, like the normal dip brow gel, the pencils, I'm normally in the shade blonde, but with this one I decided to get soft brown to kind of give me the same effect as the Milk Makeup brow gel does, to where it's a little bit darker, it adds a little bit more dimension. But I actually like this one not so much as a brow gel. So if I'm in like a really big hurry but I still want my eyebrows to look really good, what I do is I take the wand out and I'll get an angled brush and dip into the excess product on the top, and I'll fill in the tail of my brow and fade it in a little bit more towards the front of my brow, and then I'll go in and blend everything in. And I find that that works so well. It's not as thick as the regular dip brow pomade, but it's like a 2-in-1 product to me. So it gives me that like pomade waterproof look to my eyes, but I can also sit there and blend it in and make my eyebrows look really fluffy at the same time. I love both of these. I can't tell you that I have a favorite because I use them for more different things, but I will not go without these. I love these. So now we're gonna move on into eyeliner. I don't wear a lot of pencil eyeliners, but when I do, it's definitely Marc Jacobs. I will tell you that 100%. So I pulled out a couple of my Marc Jacobs eyeliners. I have Grapevine, Over, and Earthquake in the highliner, and in the fineliner I have Fine Wine. So what I like about these is that they're pretty dang waterproof. They're easy to smudge out. I can use them as an eyeshadow base, my waterline, as a tight liner. I use these for so many different things, and I know they're gonna last me all day long. All right, now we're gonna get into a little bit more of skincare, and with that transition, I'm going to take it into some products that I use for both skincare and makeup. So first off is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. This stuff is amazing. I keep using so much of it, but it's literally, it feels so good. It literally feels like you're walking through fog. The most fine mist I've ever tried in my entire life. And it smells like Jolly Ranchers. It's hydrating. It helps with your skin's glow. It sets your makeup. I'm gonna buy like 5 of these. Look at how much I've already used of this. It is a bit more expensive, but it has ruined all of my setting sprays for me. I have not liked any of my other setting sprays since I started using this because they splatter everywhere. And with using this one, it doesn't splatter. It's so fine. It's always so fine and consistent. I don't really want to use anything else. Next one, I have raved and raved and raved and raved about this. This is the Tatcha the Pearl Under Light and Eye Treatment. So what this is an eye treatment, but it also gives you a little bit of coverage and glow. So as you can see, it's colored. And what I do is I get a little bit of this. And my friend is the one who actually introduced this to me. And you just pat it into where your under eyes are. And it instantly highlights and conceals that area for you. And over time, it does help with dark circles. So my favorite part about this eye treatment is that I can use it for both my like naked skin days or my full face makeup. So it layers really well over different concealers where it kind of color corrects and hydrates my under eyes and preps it for a concealer, but also it works as a concealer by itself. So if I'm not wanting like a whole full face of makeup and I just want a little bit underneath my eyes, I'll pop this on. And a lot of times what I've been finding myself doing is, if you guys want a tutorial on this, I've been doing like some really quick, like super natural but defined makeup. So I'll use like a moisturizer or like a hydrating primer on my face. I'll use this under my eyes. I'll use my Tarte mascara and my Milk Makeup brow gel, and then like a little bit of eyeshadow depending on how I'm feeling. And that's pretty much all that I do for the whole day, to where I'm somewhat put together but nothing like what I have on now. Now getting into all skincare. So I have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the original, I think it's Berry is the original, but I have been going to town with this one. I use this almost every single day and I love it. And so I recently picked up the lip sleeping mask in the vanilla one. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. The next thing is for my face. So my face type is more dehydrated, normal. So my skin is pretty normal. I do get pores and I do break out if I don't take care of my skin regularly. This is one of the products that I think is my holy grail. I use one of these about once a month, but it's the Ole Henriksen Power Peel. So it's literally like getting a pretty intense facial, but at home. So it starts with the step 1, which is the polish. So this is the Almond Polish Facial Scrub, and it is really intense. So the first time you use this, if you're not used to exfoliating or getting facials or using any kind of like HAs or BHAs, this is pretty intense on your skin. So I would say to just lightly massage it. Don't go in there crazy because it is pretty chunky. Then after you wash this off, you're gonna go and put on the Instant Transformation Peel Lemon Facial Peel. And this is a 2-minute like lemony brightening face mask. And then you don't wash this off and you go into the Chamomile Comfort Mask to kind of calm, neutralize everything, hydrate your skin. And then you leave this on for a little bit and you wash it all off. And afterwards, your face feels like a baby's butt. You can kiss all of your dead skin away, but they come in a pack and you just use one. And the first time I used this, I did not use all of this at all. I got 2 uses out of each pack. So this would have been 4 uses for me because you get so much product in these little bubbles that it's crazy. And the last product, we're gonna end it on some sunblock. So this is the Super Goop Sunscreen Mousse Broad Spectrum SPF 50 that is water resistant for 80 minutes. This is awesome. It is so lightweight because it is a mousse. It absorbs super fast into your skin. So what you do is you just mix it all up. This is what it looks like. It's literally like a mousse and it just disappears right into your skin. It doesn't leave you oily or sticky. It does have a little bit of a sunscreen smell, but nothing too overpowering. But this is one of my favorite body sunscreens because it's so fast and easy. Like that little bit soaked right up into my hand. It just makes everything so easy. And the one thing is, like, my mom used to have to hunt me down to put some sunscreen on me when I was little. But so now I hate like the gross spray on, like sticky, smells really bad, like sunscreen, or like the really white ones that you're sitting there to like mix into your body and it looks weird, you look gray, you look purple, like it's bad. This one is not like that whatsoever. It is like the new cool I'm your best friend sunblock, and that's why I like this. That is all of my ride or die products right now that I would suggest for you guys to check out during the Sephora Beauty Insider sale. I hope this helped you guys out in giving you some ideas on what to look out for, some ideas on what to buy. I know I've been watching these videos like crazy, seeing like what people like, what they don't like, what they are getting. So I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos from next week from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.